Hey everyone, this is London Bridge Bricks. In this video, I'm going to review issue number 1 of the official LEGO Marvel Avengers magazine that comes with a foil pack absolutely bursting with web slinging elements. So here it is then, issue 1 of the LEGO Marvel Avengers. Now I was quite lucky to get this, and in a lot of ways I was quite excited when I saw it as well, because I kind of collect comics on and off. I don't really get as much time as I used to read them. You know, doing this LEGO channel kind of takes up a lot of that time and spare time and stuff, which is really cool. But I still like to get the odd issue 1 of a particular comic if I can, and this is no different. I kind of got the same sort of vibe, issue 1 of this new Marvel Avengers magazine. So along the top here, we've got the hero challenges here with some of the figures on show there. We've got this really nice picture there of Iron Man, and is it me or is it the more I look at him, the more I kind of think he looks like he's eating gobstoppers or something like that. It looks still pretty cool though. And then along the top it says minifigure plus, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 17 webs. That's incredible. That's brilliant. And I honestly cannot wait to crack this open and take a look at that a little bit later. And then down here, of course, you've got the comic, which is one of the main things I love about these magazines. I love the artwork in the comics. And of course, that's where the Avengers came from. They came from the comic world, Stan Lee and co. Let's flip this up and see what's underneath here, shall we? Spider-Man, a little bit more there on the figure himself. I do like it. It's a very, very vibrant red and blue figure. And then we've got these sick posters as well with a kind of image there of all the founding members of the Avengers, and you've got all these silhouettes there of all different characters as well from the Marvel Universe. Hey, that looks pretty cool. I'm liking it. Loving it indeed. And then Spider-Man and Venom there, one of his main nemesis being Venom. So as always, this is brought to us by Immediate Media for the price here in the UK anyway of £3.99. I've got to say, on the face of it, it looks quite good value for money, I'd say. Anyway, let's get cracking, shall we? And dive down and see what this magazine's all about and what we think of it. So, page 2, what have we got? We've got Loki here. He's probably getting up to all sorts of mischief, and this is kind of his take on the front page of the magazine there. We've got Iron Man there. He's giving him some sort of moustache there. He looks like he looks like the French detective Poirot with that moustache. And instead of having sick posters, we'll get ourselves 2 silly posters. There we go. There's a little bit of mischief there from Loki. And then over here we've got Welcome Avengers, and we get ourselves a kind of a rundown of all the figures that you get in the Avengers in the team, I suppose you could call them, really. So also as well, what I like about this is that the star of the magazine is of course the web slinger, our favourite neighbourhood Spider-Man, and it's a really nice way of doing it, because a lot of people might be thinking, why would they use Spider-Man? He's kind of in and around, slightly peripheral to the Avengers, but what he does throughout this magazine, he kind of introduces you quite nicely to all the individual characters of the Avengers, which is quite a clever way of doing it, I suppose. And then got down here tells you epic posters. So we've got sick posters, we've got silly posters, and we've got epic posters. But either way, you guys and girls out there who are watching this can make up your own minds when we get to it. And down here we've got the contents and the index and all that good stuff. We've got the Common Spider-Man Sense, part 1. So that's the comic, and then that continues on page 24, and then in around here we get ourselves some posters as well, which is always cool. Love those. Okay, so page 3, over to page 4, and what have we got ourselves here? It looks like a Spider-Man profile. Oh yeah, looking pretty good as well. Oh yeah, liking all this. And down here, oh look at the artwork there. I'm liking that. That's pretty cool. I'm liking that. And this is very cool. So this tells you here all the elements that you get inside the foil pack, which I think is pretty cool. But look at that. These pieces here, they're the same element that came with the DC collectible minifigures recently, and they're the posable pieces. They are. Now they show you how to use them there for kind of slinging webs and stuff like that. But I tell you what, a lot of people will be getting this just for those elements there as well. They're very, very useful. They really are. And then on page 5, we've got a little bit more on the profile, building power as a cool Lego logo as well. Look at this, look, I'm really liking that. It's pretty cool. It's like a 1x1 brick there with its own cape. I really like that, it's pretty cool. And then over here we've got a little bit about AIM, which is the mad scientists and all their villainy that they bring to the Marvel Universe. So over to page 6. And what have we got ourselves? So kind of, again, a bit of a slow introduction to each of the members of the Avengers. We've got ourselves puzzles and more puzzles, and we've got a puzzle there from the god of thunder and lightning, of course, Thor. It's kind of like lightning meets spaghetti. It's just kind of cool down here. And then over here we've got Black Widow, and she's given ourselves some sort of word puzzle as well. That's all pretty cool. Nice way of looking at it. Good artwork, and you kind of learn a little bit about each of the characters as well, and their kind of individual powers and what they bring to the team. So over at page 8, and the missions continue with Hawkeye and Iron Man there, which looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And then over here on page 9, we've got Captain Marvel. That's just a bit of a surprise, actually. Again, she's kind of like a peripheral character to the Avengers, but not to be confused, of course, with Shazam, the original Captain Marvel. But page 9 looks pretty good, though, isn't it? We've got ourselves one of these spaghetti puzzles as well, which looks pretty cool. I'm liking that. Captain Marvel is battling the Chitauri in deep space. Show her the correct routes to the planets that they've invaded. Got to be careful, though, folks. Don't want to go down those black holes. Anyway. Yes, here we go. My favourite at last. It's Marvel Avengers. What do we want with Marvel Avengers? We want comics. So what have we got here then on page 10? So we've got obviously the comics as well. This comic, like several of the others actually, it's brought to us, or at least the artwork anyway, is brought to us by Natasha Roma. I love her art, I really do. And I don't know, she just always seems to just get it right. But I like her stuff anyway. Being that I do quite a few of these magazines now, you kind of get used to a certain way that someone draws stuff, and I'm certainly liking what she does. So page 11, and we've got ourselves some sort of day out for everybody. We've got a hero day going on. We've got these giant balloons here, these giant blow up balloons of our favourite heroes. They've got a wasp there. That's quite cool. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? It's like something out of a Batman scene, like with Gotham City. I think we've seen that before, where the Joker does it, doesn't he? And then down here we've got a giant Thor balloon here, and we've got ourselves, there he is, our super villain, Venom himself. And who's spotted him? Not the Avengers, that's for sure. Good old Spider-Man and his spider sense. So anyway, page 12 and 13. Oh yeah, we've got ourselves a double spread of comic action here. I'm liking this. And the Avengers go to Alpha Formation, is initiated, and Hulk does what Hulk does best. And that's smash. So anyway, over to page 14, and what do we got over here? So kind of Spidey's formally introduced to the Avengers, and Tony is going to take him under his wing, just like he did in the movies, and teach him the ways of being a superhero. I don't know if that's a good thing, but anyway, he's going to get some tuition. He's going to do like an Avengers apprenticeship, if there is such a thing. Anyway, page 15, and it's kind of like the next day they meet up, and it looks like they're going to get more than what they bargained for, actually, because they're just about to bump into good old Venom himself. Looks like he's tracking them down individually. So anyway, over to page 16, and it's game time here to work out who's the strongest, Hulk or Thor. Interesting, actually. Who do you think is the strongest? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I've got to be honest, I think my money's going to be on the Hulk. I think Thor's pretty strong. In fact, he's very, very strong. But I think Hulk, with his kind of unlimited source of anger, the more angry he gets, the stronger he gets. Yeah, I think unless Thor gets in gold, I think Hulk's going to win every time. But anyway, they're normally good battles anyway if you read your Marvel comics. And then over here, page 17. Here we go. We kick off the posters. Look at this Spider-Man. It's pretty cool though, isn't it? I'm liking the way they've done Venom there with the black kind of oily substance there. This looks pretty cool. And then over here, oh yeah, this is very, very cool. I'm liking this one. Look at the silhouettes there. We've got sort of Hawkeye there, and all our main sort of founding heroes of the Avengers. And then down here, I've got a load there from the Marvel sort of cinema universe there. Look, there's Doctor Strange there coming through. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? There's Ant-Man. Oh yeah, it's unmistakable. I'm sure one of those is probably going to be oh yeah, it's going to be that one, isn't it? That's going to be Vision. And then we've got Captain Marvel here as well. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm loving it. Got some characters, the rest of the characters from Guardians of the Galaxy as well. See which ones you could spot in there. And if you've got a favourite as well. It looks pretty good though, doesn't it? I think that's the Winter Soldier there. memory serves me right, and Patriot. Yeah, it's really good. I'm liking it. Yeah, this is a really good poster. Love it. Good stuff. Then Spider-Man versus Venom. Yeah, that's the other side of that. Which I gotta say, it looks pretty good. I think my favourite out of the two is probably going to be this one. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. So anyway, moving on. Page 21, we'll get ourselves a word puzzle there, presented and hosted to us by the Black Widow there. And this is quite, again, it's fun, but it kind of teaches you who has what as well. You know, you've got Hawkeye there. What does Hawkeye use? He uses a bow and arrow. And what would be his icon, you know, and just kind of putting all that together and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's a good thing to do. It's a good way. You kind of learn, and you kind of learn about the characters as well, which is, this is kind of an introductory magazine, which is what it's all about, really. Okay, page 22 and 23 then, and we got ourselves it's kind of like a Lego toy as well. I mean, I've heard of the A-Team van, but I've never actually heard of the Avengers van. But I mean, do they even need it? I suppose someone like Hawkeye or Black Widow probably would. I can't imagine Thor would though, or maybe even Captain America if he wanted to rest his little legs or something like that one day. We've got some villains here as well. We've got the AIM villain as well. I don't know what to make of the AIM villains actually. I'm liking some of the elements they've used there though. Look at these, like, the fire element. It's like plasma. It's almost like it's melting. I've got to say, it does look good though. I really like it. There's MODOK there. I think it's MODOK or Murdoch or something like that. MODOK, sort of one of the two. Please do correct me down in the comments below. And we've got that cape again. We've got that 1x1 brick with the cape. Building power, quick build, and sell to trap this guy quick. That's quite cool actually. I'm liking that. Help me catch this guy. Now this particular Lego set was called, or is called in fact, because you can still get it, it's a 2020 set in fact from what I know. It's the Avengers Truck Takedown, and it's set number 76143. And it comes with 4 minifigures and comes with 477 pieces, and it's actually quite reasonable price, I think. Anyway, it retails in the UK at £35, and for all my US friends out there, it retails out there for $40, but you get some pretty decent characters. You get a couple of AIM figures, and of course you get Captain America and Hawkeye. But yeah, let me know if you've actually built this set. Is it any good anyway? It looks kind of minifigure scale. I mean, would that work in a city or something like that? Is it as good as the A-Team van? But I don't know, maybe we need an A-Team van. But anyway, as always folks, come on, let's get that conversation going. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Anyway, page 24, yes, and we're back to the comic. Love it. Anyway, so what have we got here then? And so I'm getting the impression, just looking at this very quickly, that the plans are all going completely wrong. So Iron Man comes in, and Spidey wants to be a bit like Iron Man, but and then of course Venom comes along, and it all goes wrong, and he captures Iron Man, but Spidey seems to catch or grab hold of his tin helmet as well, or tin head, or shell head as they used to call him back in the day. And then Spidey sort of thinks to himself, okay, I need to go and get Thor. I need to be a bit like Thor and see if we can capture Venom then. And of course it all goes wrong as well. Spidey just about gets away. Thor gets captured, and Mjolnir, his hammer, where does that end up? It ends up down here, down in this wheelbarrow here, there's concrete there. Oh, but I'm liking this picture as well. Look at this, that's a nice little touch. This is what I like about this particular artist. The little touches that this puts in there. Look, you've got this little Technic piece there for the axles, and then just here you've got this sack barrel. I'm loving it, a sack barrel with a 2x4 brick on it. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm loving it. I'm saying I'm loving it. He doesn't look like he's loving it. He's just been poured over himself a whole load of what is probably quick drying cement. But anyway, page 26, and it's the same fate for Captain America, it seems. He kind of gets involved with Spidey. They go to catch him, and then Captain America gets captured himself. But, of course, our hero, Spider-Man, gets away. So, page 27, and it's after having a shower of anti-web shampoo. I didn't know there was such a thing. But anyway, is it the sort of thing you could pick up down the pharmacy or something like that? I don't know. Let's hope not, hey? Anyway, so Spidey meets up with the Hulk over dinner. I've got to admit, Hulk's not actually eating as much as I thought he would. I thought he'd be on a much more protein than that, especially to keep those guns going. I don't know. But anyway, so Hulk goes to smash, and as per normal, like all the rest of the Avengers, he gets outdone as well by Venom. So Venom's obviously got some brains as well. He's kind of doing them. He seems to be like one pace, one step ahead of absolutely everybody in this, doesn't he? So anyway, who's Spidey going after now? Luckily, they've got quite a few members in the Avengers, otherwise this comic would have been over and done with long time ago. So anyway, Spidey meets up with Black Widow. Black Widow says, yeah, I've got some sort of contact. And anyway, of course, inevitably, the contact ends up being Venom there. And of course, Black Widow gets caught as well. But anyway, there is a clue as to where Venom is hanging out in this aptly named unsuspicious coats and hats manufacturer. Now, is it me, or is that the sort of place that the Joker or the Riddler would be hanging out, and then Batman would kind of track him down? Anyway, it's very unassuming. So anyway, Spidey, and this is kind of the moral of the story kind of building up here and taking shape. So Spidey thinks to himself, I'm gonna take all these little elements here, all these little elements from each of the individual Avengers, and I'm gonna take him down. I'm gonna take Venom down. But of course, so he's got Captain America's shield. He's got Iron Man's helmet, and this is the best bit. This bit absolutely cracks me up. Is that he's got Molyneux there, and but he's shifting Molyneux around in a wheelbarrow that's kind of dwelling in quick drying concrete. I mean, it's what is the use of that? I don't know. But anyway, he certainly found a loophole of how to move Molyneux around, because obviously it can't be moved by anyone. So anyway, as with all the rest of the plans that's happened in this comic, it doesn't go to plan at all, not in one single way, shape or form. But anyway, and then Batman kind of thinks to himself, right, I need to stop being each of the Avengers and just be myself, the spectacular Spider-Man, of course. And as soon as he does, it's like an epiphany for him. It's like a Peter Parker epiphany, if there is such a thing. And he captures him. Anyway, so he rescues his friends. They have one massive Avengers Assemble, and boom, look at this. I mean, look at this for a fantastic piece of art. I am absolutely loving it. And we've got the great big pow sign, the classic comic sound effect. It really is. And of course, and then they all live happily ever after, and then they get back to going onto their float and celebrating Hero Day. So anyway, that's it, and I think it's pretty cool actually. I think it was. I mean, it's not necessarily the story that I'd like to have read or anything like that, but do you know what? It's just a really nice way of introducing everybody. And let me know in the comments below: is that wheelbarrow an actual Lego element as well? Because if it is, I want to get one. It'd be good for my city. Maybe have a building that's kind of still being built or something like that. Anyway, that's a thought for Legondon upcoming in the future. Anyway, page 32, and what have we got? We've got Thanos here. He's the dude. He's got some power. This guy. I mean, he makes Galactus look like a clown. He does. He's massively powerful. And let me know what you thought about the films as well. It's just something I don't get to talk about too much because I don't actually do that many Marvel superhero sets. But yeah, let me know if you'd be interested to see some. And if so, what particular sets would you like me to review for you? But anyway, coming down over here, we've got ourselves some sort of jigsaw puzzle. Again, liking the artwork, really cool. It's almost like it's watercoloured, sort of thing that Matt Elder would do. But yeah, I'm liking that, and you just kind of got to put the pieces there on that. Then over here on page 33, and we get ourselves an advert of the Lego City Explore the World. I'm loving this, honestly, and I do want to get some of these sets. And I tell you what, this set here, this is a fantastic set. It's set number 60266, and it's the City Ocean Explorer ship. And I tell you what, folks, certainly here in the UK, it's on a sale at the moment at Amazon for, it's normally £125 and you can pick it up. I mean, it's still expensive, still £100, but hey, it's pretty much 25% off it. So grab that while you can. And I gotta say, I am interested in getting it, I really am, but I've just got nowhere to put it right this moment. Anyway, page 34, and get some details of next month's magazine, issue number 2. And let me know if you want me to review that as well. It's, like I say, this is all new to me. I don't normally do Marvel stuff. At least I don't do enough anyway of it. So let me know if you'd be interested in me doing issue 2 of this magazine as well, which comes with a rather cool looking Iron Man. It really does. It looks like it's the same one that's actually in this magazine that features. And we've got 2 faces as well. So anyway, over here we've got the solutions there, but I'll block those out. Not that they're too hard anyway. We've got some details there of Ninjago and of course Star Wars. That's quite an old one actually, that one, but hey, I don't know when this was printed. Then over here we get ourselves the craft element of the magazine, where you can make your own mask up, put some stickers on this or colour it in however you like, or of course forget about colour it in or anything like that. Take the shortcut, folks, and go for this one instead. A good old Spider-Man mask. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm liking that. Yeah, it's really, really smart. I like this. This mask is 100% selfie-proof. It certainly is Peter Parker. Anyway, so that's the review of the magazine. Tell me what you thought about that in the comments below. Let's take a look in this foil pack and get reviewing the contents of this as well, shall we? So here he is then, our wannabe Avenger, and what a wannabe Avenger he is as well. I mean, the figure itself is a pretty good figure, but he has got some plain parts about him, and I'll touch on those in just a moment. But what I will say though is look at all these web slinging elements that come with it. I mean, there's an absolute bundle of them comes with this. It's actually something I don't normally say about Lego, but I've got to say with this particular foil pack, there was a big generous amount of web slinging elements that came with it, and I think they look absolutely fantastic. I really do, and it makes up for one or two of the shortcomings with this minifigure. But anyway, while I take these off, I'll tell you a little bit about the actual figure itself. It's a 2019 print, so it's pretty recent. It's by far probably the cheapest method of actually getting this particular figure. And overall, I mean, it's an okay figure. I mean, it's Spider-Man anyway, so, you know, it's kind of red and blue, so there's not really too much going on there. But the main parts of the figure, I have to say, they got absolutely spot on. So let's start off with the mask, shall we? The Spider-Man mask. I mean, you look at those eyes there, they're beautifully printed. You've got the white on the inside. In the middle, you've got this lovely shimmering silver piece. And then around it, you've got this kind of black, almost, I don't know, I suppose it's a form of eyeliner, I suppose, but that looks absolutely brilliant. And I'm liking the fact that it's thicker looking than the print used for the mask as well. Now, turning that around, you can see there that the webbing effect goes all the way around the back of the mask there, and it looks really nice. It's a nice touch. Now, around the front of the torso, you've got this lovely, lovely print there of the actual spider itself. That looks fantastic. And you've got all those kind of muscular abdominal prints in there as well. And then you've got the redness and the blue that kind of kicks off quite nicely. And just above the hip area there, you've got that very, very slight red that runs across there. And that kind of breaks it all up quite nicely, really. Then around the back, you've got this lovely print there of the spider as well. Is it me, or does it look quite like a sort of a spider meets the sun sort of thing? It's almost like a sun, it's like a sunny spider, I suppose I'd call it. But anyway, that's what I'm going to call it. Anyway, the sunny spider kind of logo. It's almost like it's being flattened by a car or something. But anyway, that's kind of what I see when I look at it. Anyway, but it looks absolutely great against the blue there. Now, going down into this sort of hip and the leg area there, this is where it sort of gets a little bit bland, really. I mean, it's just plain light blue legs, and in some incarnations of this particular minifigure, like I said, when it came out in 2019, it actually came with dual molded legs as well, which, I don't know, maybe I'm asking a bit too much there, coming out of a foil pack, especially with all those wonderful elements as well. But anyway, overall, I think it's a pretty good minifigure to have. I'm definitely glad I've got him in my collection. And let's face it, everybody loves Spider-Man, don't they? So I'm definitely glad to have him in my Marvel superheroes collection. So overall then, what do I think of issue number 1 of LEGO's Avengers magazine? Well, I think actually for £4, this is actually a bargain magazine. What do we get in there that I really liked? Well, in the magazine, we got ourselves a blinding little comic. I mean, okay, it wasn't anything too crazy going on. We got ourselves a good villain with Venom, and it was an okay introductory story to all our superheroes, and quite cleverly done as well, using Spider-Man. Now, talking to Spider-Man, of course, we've got this brilliant little minifigure of him, which, you know what, he's okay. He is what it is with Spider-Man. He's a little bit bland for a 2019 one, because most of them ones that came out then had the dual molded legs, and I don't know, maybe I'm asking a bit too much with it being from a foil pack. But anyway, something that really, really ups the value of this particular set with this foil pack is all these elements that you got in here. You got this one here, you got that one there. Of course, that's just a tip of the iceberg. You actually got all these ones as well. Now then, if you take all that and add in the fact that you got 2 excellent posters as well, especially this one here, this particular one being my favourite here with all those silhouettes there, I just think that's quite clever. I just think all in for £4, I think it's a great kickoff from the LEGO Marvel Avengers magazine. And of course, it only officially actually even came out today, so you really shouldn't have any problems picking one up from your local magazine store. So there you have it then, my look at the first official LEGO Avengers magazine. Now I hope you enjoyed this quick look inside on what it has to offer in terms of content and build, and let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and feelings are on these magazines. Do you like the overall content of the games, puzzles, craft elements, and do those 4 packs spark your interest? Don't forget, for up-to-date news on London Bridge Bricks, please follow the channel on Instagram and Twitter. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here, why not hop on and subscribe and become a big part of the LBB family. Thank you as always for tuning in, and I'll leave you now with some videos that I think you might like.